Welcome back to Easily Explained, where today we will be talking about ecological succession. So let's get started. So, ecological succession is a process in which communities change over time. There are two types of ecological succession. Number one, primary succession. Primary succession is when a new community is created on a surface with no soil or bare rock and it's exposed. There's no life or anything in that area, and a new community is created on that land. The second type of ecological succession is called secondary succession. Secondary succession is when a community is rebuilt after a disturbance, and a disturbance could include natural events like disasters, or it can also be human activity that destroyed a community and now it is being rebuilt and reestablished. Primary and secondary succession have relatively similar steps, just different causes that they happen. So let's talk about the individual steps of first primary succession. So the first step is when no soil exists. So this is your bare rock, nothing. It could be exposed when glaciers melted or a volcano created a new island or anything, but no soil exists in that area. That's the very first step. And then the second step is pioneer species. These are your first species to populate an area, and these are usually lichens, so like algae or fungus or anything like that. They can survive on that bare rock, and they help to create soil so that other species can move in as well. And from there, intermediate species can grow on this newly created soil. So grass, shrubs, others can grow on this soil, and then from there you have the entire community where trees can grow and animals can live there, because then the community starts. For secondary succession, you'll notice that the three steps still in green are the exact same for both primary and secondary succession. The only step that's different is the first step is in secondary succession there must be a disturbance and not bare rock. So we could have a natural disaster like a hurricane or a fire. Or we could have a human activity like farming. And then from there on, the steps are still the exact same. And number two, the pioneer species can start to move in and start to create the soil. And then the intermediate species can start to grow. And from there, the community will grow. Now it's your turn to practice. Pause the video now and complete the 3 practice problems below. Alright, now let's go over the problems. Number 1. A tornado caused a disruption in the community, but is now being rebuilt. This is an example of what type of succession. So, since a tornado has caused the disruption, so there is a disruption, it's not bare rock, it was a community that was disturbed and now it is being rebuilt, so that means this is secondary succession. Number 2, glaciers melted, exposing bare rock, and a community was created. This is an example of what type of succession. So in this case, we have bare rock and a community was created and not rebuilt. It was created for the first time. So this is an example of primary succession. And lastly, we have define a pioneer species and their role in ecological succession. So a pioneer species is the first species to populate an area. That's the definition. What is their role? So basically, its role is to help make soil so that other species can also populate the area. Congratulations! You are now an expert at ecological succession. We hope this video really helped, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!